Hi guys.
Welcome back to Robertson's Belly Acres.
Welcome.
Hey, guess what day it is?
It's garden tour day.
It is garden tour June 2020.
Yay!
Yay! Let's get to it.
Let's go.
This canister, I have oregano, and I have already harvested this once, and it just fills right back up. That I don't even know what variety of oregano that is. I planted it 2 years ago. It overwinters great. It obviously grows in containers great. My only issue is I'm trying to figure out how to add soil to it, because, you know, as time goes on, it's getting pushed further and further down that PVC pipe. So I don't have anything in that one yet. I'm trying to find something that'll grow as well. I may just plant another crop of oregano. Okay guys, so now is the patio garden. These strawberries I got from Lynn at Merriman.lc. And it's something else, I have no idea. Must have been, they kind of look like cucumbers, but I didn't remember planting cucumbers. The crazy thing is on my starter cups, after I got done with the starter cups, I just dumped all of the ones that didn't germinate. I dumped it all back into the soil to work it over again. And I'm ending up with more and more cucumbers. That's kind of what's happened here. I have two varieties. I'm not real sure if this is a cucumber. I think this is a cucumber. Yeah, so, and another marigold. And then in these cinder blocks, we planted a whole bunch of flowers. We had planted some habaneros too, but the flowers kind of took over. These are black cherry tomatoes. Lynn from Merriman.lc Homestead gave me those. Oh, Lynn, if you're watching, look, they've got blooms. I'm so excited. And then the moss roses, you guys have been doing amazing. They're loving this humidity. Guys, this flower bed has kind of been moved and changed and whatever, but it is really overgrown. These hostas are just so beautiful. They are taking over everything. And my little columbines, you know, they come back every year, but they're kind of getting crowded out. Crowded out by those hostas. And then in the cinder blocks, I usually plant flowers, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So this flower bed on this side has beautiful lilies. They're not blooming yet, but when they bloom, they're going to be beautiful. Lilies are my favorite.
Got one little rose.
One little rose left. You see, you guys,
right here.
Rose hips. Yeah, still don't know what to do with them. This was blooming beautifully about a week ago. Beautiful pink flowers all over it. These are my snapdragons. I don't know if I said this. Did I say this in another video? Do you know why they call these snapdragons? Because if you turn them over and then squeeze their sides, they're little dragons and they snap. Snapdragons. Okay, I don't know. Okay, look at these snapdragons. You see these little pods they leave once they bloom? They'll bloom several times over the year. But these little pods, if you break them open, let me put my little pea down here. If you break them open, it is filled with seeds. So I am going to come and harvest all these pods. Normally, I just sprinkle them right onto the ground, and then I get more and more every year. But I'm going to pull these, and I'm going to get them in an envelope. And if anybody wants some yellow snapdragons, they come back every year. They overwinter very well. Normally I have blooms all the way through because they will seed and then they'll bloom again. I have blooms well into November, December around here, northeastern Oklahoma. Anyway, I'm going to harvest those. If anybody wants some seeds, hit me up on our Robertson's Belly Acres Facebook page in the messenger. Or email us your mailing address and I will send you some, because I mean every single one of those little pods has let's see, every single one has hundreds of little seeds in it. And I mean, I'll plant some more, but you guys, if you want some snapdragons, just hit me up. These are our cantaloupes. Now, we got a lot working against us on this bed, but we kind of ran out of room. It's all sand. We did not amend the soil. We didn't have time to amend this soil. And it's in the shade because it's underneath this massive live oak tree. It's the most beautiful tree on the property, but despite all, we have one can you lift up that leaf right there? One little bitty bloom right there. We have one that is vining.
This one's vining with several blooms.
Oh, sorry, I'm not at the right spot. Yes, it's vining with several blooms. So
Several blooms on that vine.
they do get watered every day, but because of the sand, it's hard to tell. I mean, even that little marigold isn't making it very well in the sand. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, because it is sandy soil, our sweet potatoes are thriving.
Over here we've got our watermelon patch that we made this little raised bed out of the black pipe that we had from a construction job. We had originally started out with 15 plants, 18 plants, and something came in and was eating them. There was never any tracks, so we don't know if it was cat, bugs, deer, what it was. So we went in, we wound up going back, we found some more watermelon plants that we put in 4 more. These 2 little ones, they're the ones that we bought. They're not doing very well, but these over here, guys, they're starting to vine real good. These are the ones that survived the freeze and the bugs and whatever was eating them. So fingers crossed we get some watermelon this year.
We do have one little bitty one trying right there, and then another teeny tiny one trying right there. And those 2, like he said, are store-bought. These are the ones we grew from seed. So with any kind of luck, we're gonna have a little bit.
Next year, we were doing some cleaning for the garage sale a couple weeks ago, and Mama found some watermelon seeds that she had, and she believes they're a yellow meat watermelon. So I'm excited. We want to really try to grow those next year. So fingers crossed we can get a harvest off of these, and then next year we're going to try a different variety.
Look at this, you guys. Mom is growing avocado trees, and they are leafing out. I'm so excited that it took them a while to come up, but
this one she started hydroponically. These 2, she just put that pit right in the dirt.
And I love that. She is she's like us. She kind of on the analytical side. She wants to see like a comparison, and I'm excited for that. Okay, you guys, the greenhouse is pretty empty, but we did go ahead and start our next batch. These are tomatoes. We've got some Kentucky Wonder Beans and cucumbers growing. I bought this. I have Russian sage, but this is just regular garden sage, so I need to get that in the ground.
And these are Rio Grande tomatoes.
They're all doing so well. I know it's kind of a weird time to start them, but we definitely want another crop in the fall. This is our feeble attempt at some fodder. We were watching a video over at Britain Farms. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. I will put the link in the description of that video. We've tried fodder before. This is a fodder mix you can buy at our local feed store.
It's growing.
It's starting to grow, but I've had that fodder mix for a couple of years, so I didn't expect it to do much. When we originally did a fodder mix, I think what happened to us is what happens to a lot of people. We got wrapped up in the very high-tech way of doing it, and we got overwhelmed and in over our heads, and we quit. And we had to figure out that it can be done very simply, and that was something that we were able to pick up from that video. So y'all need to go watch that video.
Welcome to the garden number 27. This is actually 1, 2, 3. This is garden number 4. This first row is pinto beans. We decided we really wanted some beans, guys. You can see that we've got some awesome blooms coming. Really looking forward to this. Rachel and I were talking about it. We need some beans. We've got to be able to grow our own pinto beans. She said, well, go in the house and get some. I went in there, guys. All I did is went in there to our bag of beans, pulled out a handful. We come through and we planted them. We've got, I think we started out with 34 beans here. 3 or 4 didn't make it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Four of the 34 didn't make. So we're doing really good. Excited to get some beans that are grown here on our farm. I know it's a lot of beans to work with the first year, but in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing for the amount of beans that we go through.
So next is our serranos.
Yes, we have 3 rows of serrano peppers.
So that's a lot of serranos, you guys. Now I do want to say, this is up on the hill. My parents, who are in their 70s, take care of all of this. They weed it, they water it, they stake the tomatoes. They have been taking care of all of it. What are you guys doing?
Tying the tomatoes.
Look
So
at
they
this,
don't
you
run
guys. They're gonna run away.
That's what Dad says.
You guys, we talked about the care that Mom and Dad have been taking to take care of these tomato patches, and you know, Dad hauls the water and Mom waters them each individually. Well, they've put up all these stakes now, putting the string up so then that way the wind won't take them. That's a lot of work, you guys. They're doing amazing. That's the kind of stuff right there. This right here, this is the kind of stuff you don't get out of a book or off of the internet, off of Google, because this right here, this is experience and knowledge, and we couldn't beat it. And we are super, super grateful that Mom and Dad are here to pass that on. And that is awesome. And everything up here has been watered with rainwater. So yes, the serranos are blooming.
Yes.
They're starting to bloom, little bitty blooms. There we go. That's really exciting. So I don't remember how many serrano plants we have, but we have several. And this is where we originally came to plant the serranos, and then we had to take the overlap up there. These are Tabasco. They're not doing quite as well. They started a lot later. Mom started these from seed, and they were started a little bit later, but they seem like they're doing well for being started so late. Yep, there's some more. Okay, and then these?
These are the Romas. They're just not looking good, you guys. I don't know.
They're their leaves are kind of
puny.
They just stay curled. I'm afraid these don't get reprieve from the sun until late afternoon, so they're getting morning sun and afternoon sun, and I think that's playing an issue into it. They are blooming, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from Pathways Homestead, and I'm going to cover them with a sheet and see if maybe getting them some shade. Hey, you guys, we're going to let Dad tell us what all's going on over here in the other tomato patch, and see if you see these leaves are doing a lot better, and I really do think it's because of the shade.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay, these tomatoes here are ready for a fourth tie. Fourth tie is going to go right here.
Okay.
I've already got 3 ties on them, and the tomatoes grow in between the 2 strings. That way keep growing straight up. When it starts harvesting, you pick the tomatoes out. They don't ever touch the ground. We've got about 84 plants of tomatoes on this patch here.
Yep. And they are doing really
And
well.
this is the squash, right at the edge of the tomatoes.
Look at this.
Yep.
So we've already plucked 4 of them out of.
I was going to say, we've already harvested some squash out of these plants over here. They are doing really well. Again, some of them are crookneck and some of them are straight.
Look at this tomato right here.
I was going to say, we've got several babies.
Look at this tomato right here.
You've got 2 of them right there, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got tomatoes on almost every row.
Yep. Every
Right
single
to the
one is just tomatoes. It's going to be extremely busy in the next few weeks when we are canning and picking. Yep, there's another one.
And on the 5th plant over there is the first one.
Yeah, the 5th plant is the one that they first noticed. The first baby.
And there's 2 of them right here.
Right there. I don't know if we can get in there. Yeah, there you go.
And there's another baby coming right next to it.
So, as you can tell, they get as excited as I do about babies. And Rusty does. But like I said, they take care of everything up here on the hill. And these on this side are beefsteak. The ones on the end over there are slicers. And I think we have like 5 Romas intermixed because they didn't fit. So, yeah. It's Mama's garden, and she's going to tell you about it. These are Mom's aloes and different kinds of plants. Did you bring these from Corpus with you?
Yes, I did. I brought them from Corpus.
Yep.
And I transplanted them in different ones and got a bunch of them.
When she first brought them, they were in big pots, right?
One big pot, and there was all in there, so I transplanted them to make different ones.
So she just transplanted them, and she's got so many of them, and she's got different varieties, and they're so pretty.
See, I have this one here. That's a different one, and it had a bunch of little ones in it, and I took them out and put them in different pots.
So Mom has always had a green thumb.
This one.
Oh, that one's so pretty.
Yes.
And then Dad built Mom a little shelf so that she could put all of her babies on there.
Yes, he did. This.
And then she's got some more. What are these over here?
These are called Corona de Cristo, but I don't know how to say it in English.
Corona de Cristo, in the translation there is Jesus's crown.
Yeah,
But-
that's what they make the crown for Jesus when they. That's
They're-
what they're saying anyway.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Ooh, you've got spider webs.
Yeah.
So it's a type of cactus. I'm not real sure what it is in English,
Yeah.
but they are very pretty.
They bloom too.
They bloom, and what
This
color
one
are they?
is- This one's a red little flower, and this one is a yellow flower.
Oh, and some more aloe.
Yes, more aloe. I got a bunch of them. And I left a big old pot over at my daughter's house because I couldn't bring it. It was a big one.
So there's a whole bunch more back.
See, I had planted it in a plastic big pot. Okay, it broke. The pot broke, and it grew on the ground. So it's all on the ground now.
That is so cool. So she had these in the house, you know, over winter, and then she brought them out to transplant them because they were overgrown. But yeah, so it adds another little garden right here in the shade. Well, thanks for sharing, Mom.
Bye.
All right, so let's go to our plum orchard.
Welcome to the orchard.
And we have plums ready to pick. I can see them from here. Oh, pick that. Plums are my dad's favorite.
I just showed him. He's to give me the big thumbs up back there. So
Look at that pretty way. I want to see the plum.
yeah, I'm trying to get the.
Look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
Not very many, but there's two more right here.
Yeah, you can. I could see them from back there. Oh, you almost dropped it. We were able to make plum jelly the first year we were here off of one little tree, and then, like I said, we acquired these other trees.
That one split.
Oh, we waited too long. And these two, they had lots of blooms. I think it's the same. It's that frost. Oh my goodness. You guys, look at this lily. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love lilies. They're just my favorite. So I get distracted. But I think it was the frost that zapped our plums. Oh, that one is beautiful. Beautiful. We have another tree over here that we've talked about 2 or 3 times. It is a sucker. So the original tree died, and this sucker it's still alive. And there's little bitty teeny tiny plums on it. But that little tree, the first year we lived here, we got 5 pounds of plums. It's quite small.
You can make a lot of jam and jelly with 5 pounds of plums. Let me tell you.
That was the first type of jams and jelly we made, and that was like turning point for me. It was like something off of our farm that we preserved.
I'm gonna go feed the beast.
Go feed the beast. He's coming. Here he comes.
Coming to feed the beast.
He loves plums. We can't ever get plum jam or jelly again because he picks them. I am so glad that he lives here and he's able to pick plums right off the tree and know that they are healthy and that he can, enjoy plums right here on the... Was it sour?
Damn, I gotta give it.
Give that to Mama.
That's longer than lemon.
That's so funny because he hates sour stuff. So, you guys, we did a whole video on planting garlic and our garlic did not come up. But look, more yellow squash. We have some back there. This bed is the one that gets weeded first. So like Rusty said, we just hit the end of our weeding, so we got to start over. Look at these lilies, you guys. Oh, they're just so pretty. And then these roses. The wind blew my roses off of my pergola, so we're gonna have to get it back up there. And I have some climbing clematis that are blooming, but they're growing on that catalpa tree that we need to cut out.
Yes.
Okay, so bear with us on the weeds. We have a few things coming up. There's more yellow squash. We have the dill did not, it's not a big deal, but it's a dill. See? I'm just like so super excited. There's 2 or 3 growing. I planted quite a bit up here. But even if I can just get one where I can harvest some dill and hopefully dehydrate some more. I've got some in there that's dehydrated. Look at these lilies are ready to bloom. Look at this basil, you guys. It's beautiful. I need to come out here and harvest some. Does it bolt? Is it like, I don't know much about basil. There's more coming up back there. Ooh, it smells so pretty. And I was watching Chrissy over at Along the River Homestead, and then I Marco Polo'd her, and I was like, oh my goodness. She was talking about lemon basil, and now I'm sold. I want lemon basil. So, yes. And then back here,
That's the mustard.
was where the mustard kind of exploded. I just threw some seeds up there, but it's starting to bloom, so soon we're gonna have mustard seed, and I am excited about that. And down here we had thyme and chives, and neither one came up. We've got a lot of weeds though. Oh, look at these cannas. This is a canna, and then this one, oh my goodness, it's huge. It's so beautiful. And really we've got to clean it out. We also have some more squash just kind of within the weeds in here. There's one that's blooming. Look at this tree. This is called a smoke tree. So if we get close right here, and you can see the little blooms, I guess is what it is. But if you stand back, it's not as dramatic right now because the blooms are falling off. But if you do stand back, when it is in full bloom, it looks like the tree is smoking. It is the coolest tree. We had a yard sale out here a couple of weeks ago, and I had somebody asking about it. And I said, well, let's try, taking a cutting, and you can try to propagate it. So I really hope they reach out and let me know how that worked out for them. So it is beautiful. We were looking it up online, and it does say that it can cause dermatitis.
Yes.
So you do have to be careful, because if you are allergic to a lot, it can cause little blisters. You guys, these are not from our carrots, but we came upon some carrots that were given to us, and we had a lot of them. So last night we did can some carrots. These are just regular carrots, and then these are pickled carrots, and they're pickled with onions and garlic, and we threw a cayenne pepper in there just for a little bit of heat. And we walked in the door just now, and my mama is cooking breakfast, and she's making those tortillas. I have not forgotten about you, Rosanna. I do need to shoot a video of my mom making tortillas. She just, she's kind of sneaky about it. She comes in while we're outside or we're in bed and she's up making tortillas, or we're at work. You guys, that looks so good. So this is, okay, I know some people are going to say ooh gross and some people are going to know what I'm talking about, but this is good food. Looks like there is, what, jalapenos or serranos? There's jalapenos in that. There's fried potatoes. There's peppers.
There's onion.
And there's onion, yep. And there is Spam. I know a lot of people don't like Spam, but you guys, we grew up on that stuff. I'm excited. My mouth is watering. These tortillas and, oh, I'm gonna have to get off here.